Very good morning. Myself, Dr. Tanweer Joint Director in Institute of Packaging. Indian Institute of Packaging is an autonomous institute under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. This institute was established years back, 14th May 1966. Our headquarters is Mumbai. We have 6 regional centers: Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, and Hyderabad. Recently, we have opened new center in Ahmedabad also. Our activities are to give the packaging testing related facility to the customer. We have also 2 years postgraduate diploma in packaging, and apart from the 2 years postgraduate diploma in packaging, we have distance mode of education, 18-month course in packaging, and also a specialized entrepreneurship development course of 3 months course we run in all centers. And we also conduct different customized training program for the food industry related with the packaging aspects. And also we have different activities, like we have also organized conferences, exhibitions at national and international level. And our laboratories are having best testing facilities for the packaging. We are Enable accredited lab, and we are also ISO 9000 certified organization. First of all, I would like to define the packaging in totality of all elements required to contain the product within an envelope that function as a barrier between the product and the environment, which is invariably hostile to contain the product unless the product afforded by the packaging is present. So overall we can say packaging is the tool which take care of the product from the processing house to the ultimate customer in safe condition. The packaging technology, it is the application of scientific principles to imply the packaging for functional purposes, including the protection and communication, which includes where we can divide the packaging function in 2 major categories. One is graphical design and structural design. Both are important for the packaging. Structural design takes care of the functional requirement of the packages to protect the food, to contain the food, to carry out the food. And however, the graphical design is equally important, which covers the labeling, graphic design of a packages. So we can say both the design is important, structural design as graphical design, which is 2 parts of requirement. So both are important to fulfill the requirement of packaging. Now, one thing is very commonly asked, and there is a confusion. People are not differentiate between packing and packaging. Packaging is a wider version of packing. Packing is an operation related to any activities of the packaging. It is combination, however, the packaging is a combination of science, art and technology. And packaging is a coordinated system of preparing goods for transport, distribution, storage, retailing and finally end use. So I can say like it is an essential tool in the product protection, marketing and consumer satisfaction. Now I would like to discuss about the fundamental goal of packaging. Packaging plays a vital role for food preservation. It protects the food from all sources of contamination during storage, handling, transportation and distribution. So therefore we can say packaging enhances the shelf life by protecting from the contamination. It may be environmental contamination, it protects against the light, it protects from the air, water and moisture. By protecting from this source of contamination, ultimately it enhances the shelf life. So we can say packaging is a tool which enhances the longevity of a food items without any preservation. It is also a symbol of value addition. It is a conveyor of convenience to the customer, and of course it is the packaging which improves the brand value of a product, which helps in branding process. And that's also informs about the product. It is the packaging which informs the customer about the product, its brand, its use and application. So all information is given on packaging in form of labeling. So we can say like packaging is tool, it is the advertisement tool. Now another, how we can broadly, other way we can discuss about the two important aspects of the packaging. One is marketing. Packaging provides information about the product, so which is important for the marketing process, which promotes the product through the attractive graphics. It is the packaging where you have to engrave the good attractive graphics which attract to the customer, and also sometimes it which attracts to the customer. Therefore we can say it enhances the chances of the marketability. So I can say like packaging is a silent salesman. Today is the retail change, and where there is no salesman, it is the packaging which attract to the ultimate customer. And then finally we can packaging, I have mentioned about that, which helps in transportation. So it is important aspect which covers a means of ensuring safe delivery to ultimate destination in sound condition at minimal cost. Now thought of the overall of this discussion is that packaging adds the cost, or packaging adds the value of the product. What you can say? Definitely it ultimately adds the value. However, packaging involves some cost, but in longer version we can say it's add the value. Now it is important for any food operations. What are the attributions required from the packaging? What are the important things we have to require from the packaging? Packaging must be attractive and protective. Another attributes required from the packaging must tell the product story, what the product it is, what it contains it is, and what the composition of the product. Packaging must build confidence. If the product is open, we can say like it is the if the product is properly closed, enclosed, sealed, then we can customer say the product is intact, product is intact. And of course sometimes definitely if a product packaging is intact, so there is less chances of the adulteration or contamination. Packaging must be clean and hygiene. Now we can see there are the different ethnic street food items are prevailing. If we can pack it, improve the image and cleanliness, and it is the packaging which gives the impression the product is hygiene. Packaging must be convenient to handle and carry to use. Sometimes we have different now lighter weight packaging materials which is easy to handle, and we have easy to open, easy to carry. These are the attachments are attached with the packaging, so that helps to the customer for convenient handling and use. Packaging must add value to the community. Sometimes if a product having less value, through the good packaging we can add value. And for example, very common example of potato chips. Potato cost is very less, but when it packed in a pouches, definitely the cost sometimes more than 300. So we can say it add the value of a commodity, and it's a value of the return by good packaging systems. Packaging must be non-toxic and inert, because we have to the main objective of the packaging is to protect the food items. So therefore your packaging itself should be non-toxic and inert. It should not impart its any flavor to the food item which it contains. Now we can summarize what are the packaging selection criteria for food and food products. We can classify broadly what I have mentioned about that. Packaging must protect from the environmental protection like temperature, moisture, light, gases and volatile materials. We can say these are important and determinant factor of any food commodities. These are the determinant factor for the shelf life. So it is the packaging which protect from the environmental factor, moisture barrier, provide the moisture barrier, provide the light barrier, and also protect from the gases, especially the oxygens. So it is the packaging. When we have to select any of the packaging, we have to consider these are the factors. Similarly, mechanical protection. So whatever the packaging we have to use, it must be having enough strength to contain it, to help. For example, when we have to put the product in a store, the boxes should have a minimal compression strength so that it should not collapse during the transportation and storage. Same way, when the product is being transported in boxes or transport packaging systems, during the transportation they may face vibrations, they may face impact. These are the different, so packaging should withstand this protection, and it should be have minimum strength so that protect from the mechanical protections. Similarly, it is the packaging which also protect from the biological protections. It must protect from the microorganisms, insect infestations, and of course also sometimes human interventions like adulterations, or human also cause some contamination chances, human contaminations. It is the packaging which gives the barrierness, which protect from these biological factors. So therefore we can summarize that the packaging selection criteria should be in such a way that it must be protect from the environmental protection, give the mechanical protection as well as biological protection. So therefore we can say the packaging content from the light, microorganisms, oxygen and water. Once the packaging protects from these factors, it certainly enhance the shelf life or of any food items. The preservation to enhance when protect from these factors, definitely it will work as a preservative and a non-chemical preservative, and thus enhance the shelf life. And presentation to increase the sales value, brand value, and it is the packaging when we enter in any retail chain, organized retail chain, when we'll go through the SLE, it is the good packaging, good design which attract to the customer. Branding to increase the market share. If you have a proper branding through the packaging, definitely it increases the marketability. And through the good labeling, it communicates to the customer, and it also mandatory compliances or statutory regulations are printed on a packaging. So now its choice is yours. What the good packaging? There are the numerous options in the packaging in the food market, and the best way you have to protect. Now, before going to the main other topic, we also would like to discuss about that how the packaging scenario in the country as well as world level. Packaging is one of the world's largest and diverse manufacturing sector, which value of the global packaging market is more than 830 billion US, and international market of the growth rate in the field of the packaging is 3 to 4%. Packaging sector ranks 6th among the top 10 industries globally. It provides employment more than 5 million people worldwide. Asia Pacific is the third largest packaging market, which is growing at the rate of 5 to 6%. In the case of India now, we would like to discuss about the Indian packaging scenario. Indian packaging industry constitutes 4% of the global packaging industry, which is growing at the rate of 11 to 13%. So it is very good. Therefore, we can say the packaging is sunshine industry. Now, we'll discuss about the different level of the packaging: primary packaging, secondary packaging, and shipper packaging. This I will discuss about when we'll come on the question and answer part. Then I will define what do you mean by the primary packaging and secondary and shipper or tertiary packaging. Now, what are the commonly packaging material used in the food industry? Generally, 5 to 6 types of the packaging material used by the food industry. One is the paper and paperboard packaging. Another is metal and metal packaging system, metal-based packaging. Third one, which is most widely used, is the plastic packaging systems. And now, these days, we have laminates. The composite packaging system is also used. And earlier days, we also have, we were using the glass packaging. Now, one by one, I will discuss about what is the paper and paperboard packaging. Paper-based, it represents the largest volume of the packaging material across the globe. There is boundary between paper and paperboard being the 0.01 inches. There are the two basic types of paperboards: virgin, originating from the woody source, greater strength, which gives the greater strength, cleaner and more uniform, and another types of the paper which is used for the board packaging is recycled, used as a secondary packaging system because it has limitations, because it may contains the heavy metals. Now, application in food industry. Paperboard is moisture sensitive, so it is coated with the several coatings such as low density polyethylenes, application by hot extrusion. It is mainly used mainly sector as the substrate for the carton that contains fluid, milk and food juices. In aseptic packaging, it is used paper. It is extrusion laminated with the aluminum foil. Major application in distribution include mostly 3-layer form of the fiberboard packaging. This is the structure which is most commonly used. Paper-based example is aseptic packaging, and the brand name is Tetra Packing is used. So now you can see here, Indian paper-based packaging industry is more than 13.9 million tons, and major chunk in India is the corrugated boxes, which is made from the kraft paper, which share is 50%. This is commonly used as a shipper box or transport packaging systems. And another paper-based packaging is the folding carton recycled. And another packaging material is the metal packaging material. It is most often used for the cylindrical cans, which are thermally processed for microbiologically stability, provides the microbiological stability. Steel represents the major metal used for food and dairy product cans, usually coated with chrome or chrome oxide, and subsequently overcoated with the plastic to protect the metal from the corrosion and the product from the metallic flavors. And aluminum is another metal form which is generally used for the food packaging. Is used in very thin or foil gauges as flexible and it can be used as in form of the laminates commonly used in the food industry. And now you can see this is the Indian metal packaging share. The global average is 15%, and Indian tin metal remains preferred packaging media for the package for more than 200 years. So because in spite of heaviness, in spite of the cost, still it has a wide application of the metal in the food industry. These are the different shared substrate you can see through these slides. And glass, it is oldest form of the packaging material which is used by the food industry. It has advantages because it provides the base barrier properties, and base thing is that inner to the product content, greatest vertical compressive strength, so it is very strong, but it has limitations like heavy per unit of content, it is energy intensive process and prone to breakage. These are the limitations. Therefore, packaging now these days glass is using of the glass as a food packaging has limitation. Now, third version of the packaging material is the plastic, which is we can say this is the versatile material. It is available in all forms. It may be flexible, may be semi-rigid, may be rigid. So therefore, it is commonly used. And for last 1 decade, you have experiences of using plastic in the food is the revolution of the sachet, because mostly flexible pouches are made from the plastics and sometimes also laminated with the paper or aluminum. So now these are the different versions of the plastics. It is LDP, SDP or PET. LDP is tough and flexible, easily formed, lightweight, excellent water and water vapor barrier properties. So it is commonly used for packaging of the food items. Applications: exterior and interior coating on fluid milk, fill cartons, laminates on aseptic block cartons. It provides good heat sealing property, therefore heat seal coating on the many cured cheese pouches and other food items are used for the by the LDP. SDP, which is semi-rigid in nature, translucent, easily formable plastic, good heat resistant, excellent moisture and water resistance. Application: used to form bottle for milk and drinkable yogurt. These are the few applications. And third one is the polyesters, which provides good oxygen and water vapor barrier properties, which is tough and transparent. So therefore it is very commonly used. Bottles and jars for the small extended shelf life of dairy and food beverages. Thermoform cups and tubs are used. So PET is also used because it is, and beauty of the PET material is that it is 100% recyclable. And you can see, observe, this is the in category 1 polyester. The share of the plastic, you can see different version of the share of a plastic material in food packaging. Polyethylene is 33% used, PVC is 7%, PET is 17%, and polypropylene is 29%. Indian packaging market is dominated by the flexible packaging due to visually appealing, cheaper and durable. So we can, people say it is very versatile packaging material because it is durable, cheaper, and you can mold in any shape and size. This is the and it is easily available. Flexible packaging consists of either monolayer or multi-layer films of the plastics. Multi-layer laminated sheets of the plastic mainly include PE, PP, PET, PA and PVC. PE and PP account 60% of the polymer used in flexible packaging material. PE, the full version of the PE is polyethylenes, PP is polypropylene, PET is polyethylene phthalate, and PVC polyvinyl chloride. And this, now you can see, these are the different form of plastic used in the packaging. LDP packaging, you can see we generally use in sachet and pouches, and you can see milk pouches made of the LDP version. SDP used in the bulk liquid packaging like edible oils, and another beverages, you can see PET bottles are used. Now trends in packaging sector. Secondary packs, earlier you can see like secondary packs saves storage space, ease handling. Another, jute substitutes now toughest packaging bags widely used to pack material for the grains, milling, sugar industry. Enhancer, generally it is used for the storage. And packaged crates, it is also operation of the packaging which saves storage space, ease of handling, and also possible easily disposable. Glass substitution. Now you can see like stand-up pouches, laminated jars have replaced glass container, which is cost-effective solution, lesser packaging and transportation costs. PE laminated pouch provides barrier properties during the product shelf life. And another version, now what was the recent version of the packaging is modified atmosphere packaging, which is very good for the packaging for the fresh product as well as processed food items. In the which maintain the freshness by simultaneous respiration and permeation, and where the major role is the gases, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and oxygen, and we have to modify the gases, and barrier properties and selective permeability of gases is important in MAP operation. And third one is packaging material, suitable selective packaging material which should be good barrier property as per the requirement and characteristic of particular food products. And finally, the machinery is important for the modified atmospheric packaging system. And equilibrium packaging atmosphere is created with appropriate oxygen and carbon dioxide. Especially this is applicable for the packaging of fresh fruits and vegetables. And last, vacuum packaging is multi-layer, 5 to 7 layers. The films are generally used for packaging because the purpose is that to complete evacuate the oxygen. As we know that oxygen is again limiting factors for spoilage, which is causing the spoilage of the food items. So vacuum packaging, where in this case we have to eliminate all gases including the oxygen. Thus, we have to create the vacuum and finally packed in multi-layer films, therefore minimize the oxygen, eliminate the use and enhance the shelf life up to the significant level. Increase in on shelf life cell where the packaging needs are highly valued. So differentiation on the shelf, these are the recent trends in the food packaging sector. And what the customer wants, they want transparency, so they can see from outside through the packaging, they can experiences what the product and what is the status of the product. And good printability and gloss is important for the customer's point of view or consumer point of view. Multifunctional packaging to facilitate use. Now you can see the very innovative and convenient pouring spout reclosable seal attachment in form of a cap and closure is provided in the recent in packaging. This we can say packed food ensured health and safety, and brand consensus product quality and safety. And finally smaller now convenient packaging, customer packaging, portion packaging, so that very small amount of a product can be packed so that it can be affordable by the common man. So it is the packaging through which we provide the comfortability and reach out the common man. Now labeling is important. What I have mentioned about that, it is the compliances, important mandatory compliances and food regulation point of view. Though there are the few important requirements for the labeling. The name of the food, the labeling requirement, first we have to maintain about the list of ingredients, we have to inform to the we have to print, nutrition information we have to print, declaration regarding veg or non-veg, declaration regarding the food additives, name and complete address of the manufacturer, net quantity, lot, code, badge identification is important. Now you can see these are the different food labeling. Packaging opportunities in retail sector, you can see now very good packaging, ready meals, canning, retorting, fresh fruits and vegetables, chocolates and confectionery products, baked products, fruit and juices concentrates, instant food premixes, and spice processed packed food items are available. So it is the packaging which gives the good opportunity through the retail sector. These are the few equipments you can see generally used in the packaging operations, like flow wrapping, bottling and capping, vacuum packaging system you can see through these slides, and tray sealing, barcoding machine, shrink wrapping machine, check weighing machine, can filling machine, form fill sealing machine, and these are the few equipments. Recent trends, you have market is full of good innovative design of the packaged food items. Now you have very good paperboard shaped flexible pouches you can experience in the market, whole body shrink films label, so which ultimately gives good design, attractive design. Consumer demand for innovative packaging, relevance of the new packaging systems, MAP, modified atmosphere packaging, controlled atmosphere packaging, active packaging, intelligent packaging. These are the newer version of the packaging. Again, this requires one full lecture on this matter, so I'm just talking about that the new packaging systems are available in the food industry. And packaging compliances, demand for now we want safe, secure and sustainable packaging systems. These are the focus area of the food packaging. So now good design of the product is important, consumer convenient, easy to open, easy to close, reclosable, and improving the aesthetics. And finally sustainability, lightweight, waste reduction, improve the reusability, because environmental is concerned important. So these are the focused area. Future thrust of the food packaging is the safety, security and compliances. Whatever the packaging, it must be safe, secure and fulfill the compliances. Compostable packaging material is the need of our, because the biggest limitation for the plastic packaging is the non-biodegradable, which causes when it goes after the post-consumer use, this packaging material goes to the environment, which is non-biodegradable. So now the demand is that how we can make it this plastic packaging compostable or biodegradable. Now because the pace, the way food industry is growing, we require automatic packaging machine which can fulfill the requirement of the packaging operations, automations and all. And biodegradable plastic is lot of work is going on in the field of that. Okay, either we can have agro-based biodegradable packaging, or why not plastic should be degraded in the environment. And after that is the recyclable plastic component. Okay, whatever we have to use, plastic is wonderful material which can be recyclable. Why not after the use of it in food, but it must be recycled so that it can be used for other purpose. And the post-consumer consumer recycling is important. And energy efficient manufacturing process, more water-based system to reduce the environment abuse. It is related with the printing. Earlier we have solvent-based packaging. Now we want more water-based so that to reduce the environmental abuse. Now the new recent development is nano packaging. By application of nano packaging, we can improve the barrier properties, we can improve the biodegradable properties of the food. These are the newer research area where we can apply in the food. IIP support, we have a very good packaging laboratory, enable accredited laboratory, we can provide testing facility, more than 360 parameters we can do, and we have this, you can see our laboratory facilities, and another lecture theater, you can see our students are getting trainings. Now, few questions which is generally being asked, what is the concept of the packaging? The packaging means what I have defined, it is the coordinated system of packing of product in such a way that it should reach it to the ultimate customer in sound conditions in cost effective manner. So this is the broader version and concept of the packaging, so that it can protect, preserve and promote your product. How packaging enhances the shelf life? Earlier I have mentioned about that. Packaging provides the barrier properties, it protects against the moisture, it protects against the light, it protects against the gases. So therefore, when once protect against these factors, it enhances the shelf life. How we can say packaging is marketing tool? By good graphic design, I have mentioned earlier in beginning that packaging is packaging gives information to the customer. Packaging by good graphic design, you invite to your customer. Therefore, and it also add the value of your product. Therefore, it is considered as a marketing tool. How packaging important to enhance the safety and hygiene? It is very good questions generally people are asked during the interaction when we meet, and especially food processing industry. Because I have mentioned about that packaging protects against the biological, especially macroorganism. Packaging provides barrier against the chemical contamination, heavy metals. So therefore we can say if a good packaging, you have to protect and provide safety and hygiene to your food items. How packaging protects from the environmental contaminations? Earlier I have mentioned about that packaging protects from the environment like light, moisture, gases, especially the oxygen. Therefore we can say like and also chemical contaminants, and therefore we can say like to protect from the environmental. What are the common types of food packaging material? That already I have mentioned. Now new types of the packaging is also developed, like composite materials, like when more than two types of the packaging materials make a single identity, which is known as a composite material. For example, you have seen in the market laminates. Laminate, one side may be the aluminum, and which is sandwiched with the paper or polythene. So when more than one types of the packaging material used, which is considered as a composite material, which may be the cost effective and also provide the good barrier properties. So these are the new version of the packaging material, composite packaging material. Please tell us about the barrier properties of the packaging. Barrier in terms of the oxygen barrier properties, water vapor barrier properties. These are the two important barrier properties, and moisture barrier properties. In terms of moisture barrier properties, which is measured and tested. So these are the playing important roles. If you have a good barrier properties against the moisture, it enhances the shelf life in better way and longer way, especially the moisture barrier properties. If a product having very good barrier against the moisture, you can have a shelf life. So therefore the powder like product having shelf life up to the 1 year. How packaging adds brand value of the products? Because the packaging, for example, different brand name is printed on a product, so it differentiates from the one brand to another brand. If it is in a good way, it add the value of your brand. What is the primary packaging, which is in direct contact with the product, is the primary packaging, and safety is foremost concern for the primary packaging, because especially I have mentioned about that the basic requirement for the food packaging is must be non-toxic. So because it is a primary packaging in direct contact with the food items, there is also chances that some migration of especially in the case of plastic packaging, monomers may migrate from the packaging material in food products. They may contaminate. Therefore, there is international norms and food regulation, and new food regulation has also come in big way, that there should be minimal migration from the primary food product into the food items. And similarly, in the secondary packaging, we can define that the product, the packaging which contain the primary packaging is known as secondary packaging, and finally is the tertiary packaging system or transport packaging, which is also known as shipper packaging, which transports your primary secondary packaging system into the destinations. Thanks for your patience here.